None other than Stephen Conroy. Of course, never a word like that said in the newsroom of the Daily Telegraph.
Absolutely not, sir. Absolutely
and
not.
And no such filth would ever pass her lips, none other than the wonderful Caroline Marcus here at Sky News. All right, so let's deal here with what I mentioned about a thing called a consumer recession. Now, Stephen, let's not do the full economics lesson here, but when they are starting to talk about a consumer recession, we all know that the one that a government gets marked on is an overall economic recession. But if we're in a scenario now where hundreds of thousands of families in the past year have gone from having enough money to pay their bills to not having enough money to pay their bills, we're in trouble here. So again, why is now the right time for a $1,500 tax increase?
Well, that was the policy that Scott Morrison and the Liberal Party took to the last election.
And it was wrong.
What's caused the real problem here is that the Reserve Bank continue to just get it wrong. They shouldn't have, I mean, this report makes it clear, they shouldn't have done the last few increases last year, and they shouldn't be threatening to put interest rates up again going forward. There should be a pause much longer than 1 month. So the real problem here is the Reserve Bank Board, its governor, its modelling. Except we don't want the full economic lecture. I appreciate that, Paul, but they are just getting it wrong and Australians are suffering.
But the quote here that we can see, and everyone can follow along the bouncing ball there, is one of the associates, I think a partner at Deloitte's, talking about 300,000 people that are in the hole right now. 300,000 people literally don't have the same money they did to pay the same bills that are now going up. Now, again, the Prime Minister is trying to thread a political needle here, one that he'll be gladly assisted with by most in the press gallery, which is this federal budget's about dealing with cost of living and trying to relieve things, and that's what they're starting to set up. I repeat, if they don't give back $1,501, they're keeping more money than they're giving out, which means they're not doing anything.
Well, yeah, Paul, I mean, what they're doing is the exact same narrative against middle-class people that they always do against the so-called top end of town. You know, they're saying that, oh, no, it's our money first, not yours, and therefore you should be grateful for every dollar we allow you to keep. And, you know, sorry about that $1,500, but it's ours first. Now, Stephen Conroy is kind of right, you know, about some of this stuff. You know,
that's his business card.
Yeah, the RBA has absolutely gotten some of this stuff wrong. But the bigger problem, Paul, here, and the thing that I don't think Steve Conroy is going to address, and I don't think Labor is going to address in the coming budget, is the fact that we now have a federal government that is taking a bigger proportion of the GDP, and is Labor going to lock that in perpetuity, or are they going to do the responsible thing and wind that back? Because interest rates are bad, especially for property owners and people who own multiple properties, but inflation kills everybody, and it kills people at the bottom end of the income spectrum worse than it does at the top.
Well,